Today is Friday, June 2nd, 2017. My name is Eric Striffler, and as I do every week, I'm going to attempt to answer 10 of your questions in 10 of my minutes. Jacob, are you there?
I'm here.
Let's start the clock.
Cool. Are you ready?
I'm ready. No, don't forget I'm not editing this, so...
Oh, shit.
No, now I'm gonna leave it in. I know you waited so I can edit it, but now I'm leaving it in. Let's do it.
Timer starting now. Our rollover question from last week is Deborah Steven on Reddit, who says, "Hey Eric, loving the videos, but I have to say the questions are starting to bore me, so let's get right into it. What are your thoughts and opinions on the death penalty?"
That's right. So I had a rollover question from last week about the death penalty, but what's the reason that I'm absolved from that, Jacob? Do you remember?
I asked you too many questions last
He accidentally asked me 11 questions, and that was the 11th. So guess where the 11th question goes? Straight into the abyss. Let's move on to this week.
You just don't want to talk about the death penalty. Present day on Facebook asks, have you ever been recognized on the street for being the pretty much it or pity applause guy?
Have I ever been recognized on the street for being the pretty much it or pity applause guy? Yes, but it's far less frequent on the street than it is at a relevant place, such as a movie theater. I would say most often would be at movie theaters, but also it has happened to me at horror nights, for example, in Universal Studios. Things that are relevant to where you might know me from, on the internet. But mostly movie theaters. I think that, and concerts, but mostly movie theaters. That makes the most sense.
On Facebook asks, who's the best Star Wars prequel character?
Who is the best Star Wars prequel character? Probably, I don't know, it's hard to say. I think General Grievous always, is it General? I think it's General, right? Grievous always stands out to me as I thought he was a really cool character design. And also Watto, because he's racist. Not that he's racist, but his inception is racist.
Communicating over the phone. At Room410 on Twitter asks, what is your favorite performance by an actor? Could be film or TV.
My favorite performance by an actor? I don't know. How about Andrew Garfield at the end of Social Network? That's pretty incredible. I'll go with that, because I can't think of anything else right now. Why not?
On the flip side, at Chris Campo03 on Twitter asks, who is an actor or actress you want to love but haven't been a fan of their projects?
An actor or actress that I want to love but haven't been a fan of their projects. Dane DeHaan is one of them, I guess. I wish I could like him more, but I feel like he's done a lot of goofy stuff that I'm not really into. How about an actress maybe? There is Lily Collins. I feel like Lily Collins comes to mind for that purpose as well. So we'll go with them. They should make a movie together.
At the5 on Twitter asks, what's the movie that disappointed you the most?
Say it again?
What's the movie that disappointed you the most?
The Mummy or The Moment?
The movie.
Oh, they said, what's the mummy that disappointed me the most? I'm gonna have to go with The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
At Errant1 on Twitter asks, what is your favorite Quentin Tarantino movie and why?
My favorite Quentin Tarantino movie is probably Reservoir Dogs. I think it was the first one I saw. Maybe, I don't remember now. There's obviously Pulp Fiction is up there too, but yeah, probably I think only just because that was my introduction, and in my mind that is the quintessential Quentin Tarantino film. Oh my God, that should be a thing, quintessentials, and it's him winking on the cover, and it's all of his movies. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I would probably say that, or Inglourious Basterds was damn good. I'm gonna go with Reservoir Dogs, and it might just be because it was the first one I saw, and it was sort of my, okay, so this is what Quentin Tarantino does, and it's true, it's accurate.
At Static Struck on Twitter asks, what's a smaller show or movie, aside from The Leftovers, that you think more people should know about?
The smallest show or movie other than The Leftovers that I think people should know about?
Yeah.
Zack Stone is going to be famous, easily. I don't know if anybody watched it when it was actually on TV, when it was on MTV, but I'm doing the thing where I look at the screen and not the camera, by the way, frequently. I apologize. But Zack Stone is going to be famous for sure. That's Bo Burnham's short-lived TV show. And then also, obviously, The Leftovers, that nobody watches The Leftovers apparently, but that's my favorite. And Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zack Stone is gonna be famous. I guess that's the main one. And then also movie-wise, small movie that nobody knows that everybody. I mean, that, you know what? I'm not even gonna go into that one because that's way too there's way too many of them. But I think TV show-wise, it would be Zack Stone. Although it's not on anymore, so maybe The League. Did a lot of people watch The League? That's over too. All the small shows that I like end because nobody watches them. So there you go.
At Craft Tanner on Twitter asks, do you have a favorite director? If so, who and why?
Do I have a favorite director? I have a bunch. Let me think as they come to me. Shane Carruth, just because he's like living in a whole different world. Like I don't think he even lives on Earth or in this reality. He did Primer and Upstream Color, and hopefully, if it comes out, The Modern Ocean. I don't know what the hell's going on with that one. Also, I guess because I'm thinking about it recently, Nacho Vigalondo is pretty dope. He did, but he's hit or miss for me because he did two ones I liked and one that I didn't like and one I didn't see yet and I heard it wasn't very good. Then also there's Mike Cahill. He did Another Earth and I Origins, two of my faves. James Wan. I love James Wan. I still do. I say that as if like he sucks or something. M. Night Shyamalan. Speaking of still do, M. Night Shyamalan for sure. Yeah, I feel like back in the day I would have said like Steven Spielberg, Tim Burton, but you know they're almost like there seems to be like Tim Burton still has his vision for sure, so maybe he's a bad example. But I think of like Spielberg still makes great movies, but like a little bit less of a specific vision, and I like a specific vision. So yeah, they've gotten a little bit broad over the years. Yeah, I don't know. I'll go. Yeah, sure. That's a good list. I'm sure I'm gonna be mad that I'm gonna forget one, but yeah, definitely Shane Carruth is up there. Mike Cahill for sure. Yeah, those. I'm trying to think of like the smaller guys that I like because that means they're more specific. But there you go. How about that?
At Brandon Noyes on Twitter asks, what do you think about Adam Wingard directing King Kong vs. Godzilla?
I don't give a shit because, first of all, apparently people are telling me like, hey, give him a chance. It's because Wingard isn't the reason that Blair Witch sucked, because he also did The Guest and You're Next. And look, I like The Guest. Haven't seen You're Next yet, but I heard it was great. But Blair Witch was terrible. Like it was nothing. It was nonsense. And also it goes way beyond just it being a lame movie. It makes me question like, why did this person even want to make this? Like at what point were they like, yeah, this will be dope? I have no idea. That said, I didn't like Kong Skull Island, so I really don't care. Godzilla was okay, and now I don't care about it either because it's part of this universe and it doesn't seem to matter. But yeah, I don't really care because I don't expect it's going to be very good anyway. I would have been more interested to see what like isn't Mike Dougherty, who did like Trick or Treat, who is another great director, isn't he doing the new Godzilla movie? Maybe I'm making that up. If he's not, then he should be doing Kong vs. Godzilla. Either way, for some reason he comes to mind as a good one for these movies, and I think he might be doing Godzilla, and I sure hope he is. Sounds like it rings a bell. But anyway, yeah, I don't really care because I didn't like Kong Skull Island, so I don't even like where this is going anyway.
Not 99 cents on Reddit asks, as someone who wants to visit their first film festival, do you have any recommendations on one for a first-timer? Should I go all out trying to fly out to something like Sundance or South by Southwest, or should I just stay local?
This is about, what was it? For someone who's looking to go to their first film festival, should I stay local or go for one of the big ones?
Yes.
I would say my first film festival technically was not Sundance. Oh no, actually, I think it was actually. I think it was. My first film festival was Sundance. I went all out. I had, in fairness, I had the money to at the time. I had some, extra money saved up. Not even saved up. I don't save money. I just spend it. There you go. But I literally just like on a dime, or on a whim, I should say, I turned on a dime and went to Sundance. Yeah, pretty much just on a whim. I was like, you know what? I'm free next weekend or this weekend, whatever. I bought my flight out there and got a hotel room, whatever, right there in the middle of the festival, which was pretty cool. And then what I did was I just totally winged it, and I looked on Craigslist for people selling tickets. And I met a guy at his office nearby, took like a cab over, and bought some tickets from him for like 20 or 30 or something bucks a piece. And it was totally last minute. And then I went to see like 5 movies over the weekend, went home, and then went back a couple times after that. And I'm hoping to go back next year. That and Sundance and South by. So I would say if you have the money, just go for it. South by is probably more accessible and a little more fun. I don't know how old you are. Sundance is definitely more, I say, like suit and tie, and South by is more jeans and a beer. So if that, whichever one of those sounds better to you. Also different time, not even different times of year, but different climates for sure. So cold at Sundance, not as cold at South by, I guess. So yeah, I would say just dive in. I mean, you can go to local ones anytime. I don't think you even need to plan that, but I would say definitely go in for a big one. Why not?
We got like 45 seconds left.
We got 45 seconds left? All right. Well, just, I'm having fun. I'm actually checking out my new my new potential apartment. It's pretty cool. As you can see, there's some other people touring it as well. But yeah, it's sort of like a gothic cave vibe, and hopefully I'll be living here starting tomorrow, actually. So that should be fun. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy checking out my home here. I'll do a house tour soon in this sort of gothic cave, as I said. And who's this? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
10, 9.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. There you go.
All right, so I finished this time, and the death penalty one I didn't have to answer, so I would say this was a successful episode of 10 questions in 10 minutes. Thank you so much, Jacob.
Thanks. I want to know what your opinion on the death penalty is.
Hey, if you'd like to ask me questions in the future for these, I always ask for questions from you guys on Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit. Keep an eye out usually on Wednesdays, and I'll post something about it on the social media, so follow there if you're not. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see any more of my videos, you can click right over here, I think, or is it, ooh, who knows now. And if you'd like to subscribe to make sure you never miss any other videos, you can click right down here. Also, clicking the thumbs up button ain't gonna hurt you. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks to anyone that asked a question. Hope you enjoyed my answers. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and thank you to Lauren for letting me use her phone.